Welcome back to AI News for Entrepreneurs, where we bring you all the latest news in the world of artificial intelligence and how that can impact you and benefit you as an entrepreneur with your own business. Now, let's talk about the latest news and happenings in the world of AI. So, one of the biggest things that's come around in the world of AI is Chat GPT Search. Now, you might think, well, search already exists. Google has been the king of search forever and all that. But there's a much more powerful way to search now with ChatGPT Search. I'm going to play this video here just to kind of give you the beginnings of it, and then we'll talk about it in more detail. It says, help me plan a road trip along the Amalfi Coast. Now, it not only gives you the locations to go, it gives you cuisine highlights, it gives you accommodations, it gives you everything. And look how quick it did it. It does it incredibly fast. Now, imagine this as an entrepreneur. You could offer this type of service and literally just plug in the question and the chat prompt into ChatGPT, and it can give you all the details. So you could literally be planning trips for people that way if you wanted to do that. Now, that's just one example, and it's getting us thinking in terms of entrepreneurship, what we can be doing with ChatGPT Search. The cool thing about this is because ChatGPT is tied into search, you can now get real-time information using ChatGPT now, and you could do more detailed prompts and more detailed searches to really get to the meat of things and really get down deep, drill down into details that you wouldn't be able to normally do. You can have a conversation with ChatGPT Search. It would be as if you had Google as a living person that you were talking to, and you were getting all this information from Google in a conversational format, right? So that's the cool thing about ChatGPT Search is you can not only do a search, but then you can refine the search, refine the conversation, drill down deep in whatever rabbit trail you choose to go by. Now, ChatGPT Search is tied into Bing search engine because Microsoft owns OpenAI, which owns ChatGPT. So they're going to use the Bing search engine. But Bing is a great search engine, and especially when you tie it into the benefits of using ChatGPT combined with a search engine, it's a very, very powerful idea. Next, we're going to talk about OpenAI launching ChatGPT Advanced Voice. So Advanced Voice mode on desktop is now available on PCs and Macs. So you could literally be talking to your computer and it's opening up ChatGPT and it's having a conversation with you. This is like in the movie Iron Man, where you've got Jarvis and Iron Man's talking to Jarvis and it's having a conversation back and forth. So now it's available on desktop. Prior to this, it was only available on the app, the phone app, right? Which is really cool because you could literally be just having a long conversation with an AI supercomputer and you could go down whatever rabbit trail you want. So imagine this. There are ways to create GPTs now, of course, and you could create GPTs for, let's say, a senior citizen that wants a companion, a virtual companion. You could program that GPT to talk in a certain way or talk about certain topics or whatever. And that senior citizen, maybe somebody that's homebound, doesn't have to be a senior citizen, could be anybody, could now have a AI companion that they can talk to at any point in time. So you program it the way you want to program it, and it is now the perfect virtual companion. That's one example, one idea that just off the top of my head, but this is a huge, huge thing, and that is ChatGPT now has advanced voice mode on desktop. Now, here's another cool AI feature that I discovered, and it's really the reason that I decided to go premium on X. I went premium on X, not just to get the little verification, the blue check mark, but for a lot of reasons. And one of the main reasons is that you can now search trends on X using their AI tool called Radar. So when you are a premium member of X, I believe it's only $8 a month, something like that, you now have access to these different features. Of course, you can get paid for your content. That's one way to make money, and people are doing really well with that. You can get analytics on your posts. You can have access to Grok, which is X's AI tool that's kind of witty, kind of funny. And then there's a new tool called Radar, and you click on that, and you can type in a search. For example, let's say that we want to type in Tesla stock, for example, and click go. and it'll give you the trend line for that search phrase, right? So you have a sense of what's happening on X and what is hot and what is not. And you can kind of check the trend line and see, is this something that I want to create content for or not? Now, to me as an entrepreneur, the way I see this is it's an opportunity if you're creating content on X and you want to participate in their monetization, you want to get paid for your posts on X, then of course you're going to want to create content about whatever is trending right now. So that's where I would use this, but also there's so many other ways that you can use this tool to be able to just see what's hot right now, what's trending and what are people really interested in at the moment. And X is an amazing platform now. It's been growing like crazy, especially during this political season, growing like crazy, because it's one of the few sources of truth that exists out there in the media world. And so because of that, people are flocking to it to find out the truth. But also because of that, if that's where all the crowd is going, then that's where you want to be. So I'm probably going to be uploading these videos to X and to take advantage of that monetization program because people are making some good money there. But even if you're not a content creator, if you have any kind of business at all, you probably should be posting on X, posting some content about your product or service, or that leads to or points to your product or service. Now, ideally, as a longtime digital marketer, I would say create an opt-in or a lead magnet. Create something where people can just go and give their name and email address to get on your email list, and then they get something cool in return. That would be the best way, in my opinion, to handle content on X. You don't want to necessarily just promote your product all the time. What you want to do is promote something that's of high value to that reader that they will then go and give you their name and email address in exchange for that thing of high value. It may be an action guide. It could be an Excel sheet. It could be a mini course. It could be a short ebook or a guide of some kind. It could be a checklist. But the bottom line is give them something that relates to what you offer, what your main product is, that gives them some value, that helps them in some way, and do that on X. That way you're not promoting, you're not selling a particular product, but you are getting them on your list. And then you can now market to them over and over again. You can send them helpful content, helpful tips about your particular world, your business, and every once in a while promote your product. And that's the way it's done. And that's the way you should do it really anywhere on the internet. Now, moving on, Google just announced several interesting pieces of news with regard to AI. So we're going to talk about those next. Here's a recap of some of the updates from October, including Google Maps' biggest AI update ever, tips for getting started with Notebook LM, and more ways people can ask questions, search for information, and get an AI overview. So here's a very interesting update, and that is they gave Google Maps its biggest AI update ever. For nearly 20 years, Google Maps has transformed the way we navigate and explore, and today, thanks to its biggest AI update ever, Maps is getting even more helpful. Now you'll be able to ask Maps more complex queries, like things to do with friends, to get answers curated with Gemini, which is Google's AI. You can get quick answers to questions about a particular place, in addition to helpful review summaries when you don't have time to read through each review in total. Plus, to help take the stress out of driving, they added new features to help you with every step of your drive, like the ability to explore along your route before you head out. The latest AI update in Maps means that whether you're traveling across town or around the world, you can get the most up-to-date information possible when you need it. So that's pretty cool because similar to Chat GPT Search, you're now going to be able to drill down even deeper and in a much shorter period of time. So it's going to make your life much more efficient and it's going to make things a lot faster. Now, speaking of Google Maps, recently I launched a course all about Google Maps and how you can use it to drive tons and tons of traffic to your business. And I'll have a link to that in the description box below. Next, we're going to talk about advances to Notebook LM. An expert Googler shared tips for using Notebook LM. Steve Johnson is a popular author who often writes on the intersection of science, technology, and the human experience. In his role at Google, he's also helped launch Notebook LM, the product gaining a lot of attention for helping people synthesize large volumes of information and quickly understand complex ideas. You can upload PDFs, Google Docs, websites, entire websites, YouTube videos, and more to Notebook LM to glean new insights and get deeper dives on new topics, which Stephen details in his post. I'll have a link to his post in the description, but down below. Google Shopping also rolled out new AI to help you pick the right product for you. The new Google Shopping, which is available in the US to start, uses AI to help take the guesswork out of finding the right products. For example, when researching a product, an AI-generated brief will give you more details about the most important things to know before buying. And as you browse the results, you'll see AI-generated briefs about what to consider before making a purchase, plus the products that may or may not be a good fit for your needs. The Google Shopping homepage will also now feature a feed of product recommendations, videos, and a personalized deal page so you can find products that you want at the lowest price. I think this is huge for shopping because it just saves you a tremendous amount of time. It kind of gives you the overview and the summary, the TLDR, in a very short period of time. Now, here's something very interesting for anyone who has a business on the internet, and that is search. Search on Google got a major AI update, expanding the types of questions people can ask. So AI has already helped us reimagine Google search. I've noticed this myself in doing some searches recently where Google gives you a whole bunch of questions similar to the questions that you just asked the search bar. And it helps us to kind of better refine what we're really looking for, but it helps us do that in a very, very short period of time. So here's their announcement. AI has already helped us reimagine Google search so people can ask questions in new ways, whether typing a query, searching with a camera, or even humming a tune. In October, they added even more updates, including helping people identify songs in Circle to search, shop for what they see, and search with video. For example, when people visit the aquarium, they can open Lens in the Google app and hold down the shutter button to record the fish while asking out loud, why are they swimming together? Google's AI will make sense of the video and produce an AI overview along with helpful resources from across the web. The world is in constant motion and search can now help people understand it as it is. That's pretty amazing, right? The kind of world we're going into is crazy. It's crazy what's happening right now in the world of AI. How you'll be able to just converse with your own AI, just like Iron Man converses with Jarvis, and get all kinds of answers and get all kinds of insights, drill down deeper, and make even better decisions with AI. They also announced that all Chromebooks, including 2 new models, will come with built-in AI as well. So those are some of the announcements coming out of Google AI. The world is changing fast, and it's time to get on the AI train if you haven't already. There's so much happening. And the main point about AI that I want to get across, if you're an entrepreneur, is if you don't get on the AI train, guess what? All your competitors will, and they'll be going so much faster and so much better. So you've got to get tuned in as soon as possible to the AI train. Start seeing some of these tools and how they can benefit you in business. I'll be here to help you make sense of it all and show you ways that you can use these different AI tools for your particular business. Before we leave, be sure to sign up for our free newsletter at the link in the description below. And we'll see you next time on AI for Entrepreneurs.